Kenya's first Deputy Chief Justice taking the oath of office, a milestone in the country's history, now seemingly marred in controversy after allegations of misconduct and assault now leveled against her. Lady Justice Nancy Baraza, who was suspended by the President Wednesday following a petition presented to him by the Judicial Service Commission. Perhaps the greatest indication that the plane of governance has shifted from a raw power orientation to an institutional check orientation. The seven-member tribunal is expected to begin work in the next 30 days, and according to some lawyers, the investigations could be completed in about 2 years. The tribunal, according to the Constitution, shall be responsible for the regulation of its proceedings and inquire into the matter expeditiously and report on the facts, making binding recommendations to the President. So, what are the likely scenarios? Well, for a start, it is important to note that the tribunal is investigating the Deputy Chief Justice, looking into allegations of gross misconduct and not whether Nancy Baraza is criminally culpable. After completing its work, it can then make one of two decisions. Recommend that Baraza be discharged, in which case the President will be required to terminate her services as Deputy Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. The other option:
the tribunal may ask her to resign. It may discharge her, but ask her to resign and say that given that she has been out of office for whatever period, then the only good thing for the country is for her to resign from her position.
Then there is the option that the tribunal may exonerate her of the allegations she faces, in which case
then the President is bound by the recommendations of the tribunal to lift the suspension, and then she goes back to office, and having been on half salary, then she's entitled to the unpaid portion of her salary.
I, Nancy Makoha Baraza.
During the time of the tribunal sittings, the Deputy Chief Justice also has a number of options. Should she opt to resign, for example, the tribunal will halt its investigations.
You do not have to give reasons for your resignation, and then according to the terms of your contract or your appointment letter, the emoluments will be calculated accordingly.
Should she decide to stay the course of the tribunal and await its findings, she also has the right to appeal the decision should she be unhappy with the outcome within 10 days. Should the appeal fail, Lady Justice Nancy Baraza then ceases to hold the position of Deputy Chief Justice, in which case the Judicial Service Commission will have to begin the process afresh and look for another woman representative to sit on the Supreme Court to ensure gender equity. The tribunal is chaired by former Tanzanian Chief Justice Stephen Agostino and has for its members Professor Judith Behemuka, who is the ambassador and permanent representative of Kenya to the United Nations, Honorable retired Justice Philip Ranzi, known for the Ranzi Report that championed police reforms, Surinda Kapila, credited as one of the torchbearers of the Federation of Women Lawyers sitting in the initial FIDA steering committee, Buta Siganga, a lawyer, Grace Madoka, who is a member of the Public Complaints Standing Committee, and Professor Mugambe Jesse, regarded as a specialist in public affairs. The President is expected to act on the recommendations of this team. Willis Raburu, Citizen Live at 9, Nairobi.